day, everyone. It is Calxiyn here, and we are reacting to Arcane Season 2,
Now,
Episode
you're giving the
7.
impression that it might not be a
It
good
might not
day.
be. I don't know. Okay, so let us
man.
just, before we get into it, Hunter and I have been in social media quarantine. I have not seen anything in terms of a spoiler. However, I have heard people have left some interesting comments to me, like, I can't wait to see you and Hunter react to these episodes, but they didn't mean it with, like, a smiley face. Like, they meant it with, like, you know, sort of a side eye or, like, kind of confuzzled emoji. And so that makes me wonder that, I don't know, this seems to be divisive is all I'm gonna say getting into it. This could either be, like, the greatest ending ever or, like, complete doo-doo. But, you know, obviously we're gonna formulate our own opinion, but it was a little scary.
I didn't get the impression that it was doo-doo. I got the impression that it was, like, frightening and scary.
Okay.
Is what I've sort of gleaned.
Yeah, so I got a different one where somebody literally told me they weren't happy. But anyway, in my Discord
Well, you never
server,
know with people,
right, of course. But this was one of my friends, and so I was like, oh God, like, our tastes usually align, so if they're not happy, I'm a little scared. However, I don't want you guys to think that I'm going into this reaction, like, doom posting or whatever. Like, I just want to give some context, because I still maintain my optimism, and during the reactions we're trying to just be in the moment and not kind of think about all those other things. But I do want to talk about, I guess, how we have felt about the season so far and now going into this ending, because I kind of have a suspicion that some people are going to watch our reactions to these and not the other one. Like, there may be new people coming just to see what happens with these ones. So I guess for me, here's the thing, and I try not to talk about this because every time I talk about this, people flame me for it. I never liked Vi. I'm sorry, I know some people really liked her. I only liked her when she was a child. When she was an adult and out of prison, I never liked her character. I felt like she was so tonally inconsistent. Her thing with Caitlyn is kind of inconsistent and weird sometimes. I still have beef with that thing that she says, like, oh, what will it be, man or woman? But it's like, it's not asking what Caitlyn's attracted to. It's like, these weirdos in the brothel are gonna ogle you. Will it be men who ogle you or women, right? And so, like, it's not that deep, but at the same time, that just gave me the ick. I'm not saying it's like, you know, oh, Arcane should be canceled. They did something problematic. Because at the end of the day, Vi is not a good person. However, for her to be our main point of view and setting up the fact that it's like Vi against Jinx in this way, and especially at the end of season 2, setting up this idea that, like, Jinx is now the big bad. Yeah, sorry, end of season 1. Jinx is now the big bad. She's replacing Silco. It's sort of like in season 2, like, Vi got hit with the protagonist center of morality beam, and now she says stuff that, like, she would have never said before, like with her season 1 characterization to Caitlyn. And then also she's like a wet cat most of the time, where even though I found her more endearing this season in terms of her humor, in terms of, like, how neutered she has been, right? Like, when Caitlyn is like, oh, those filthy animals, the Vi I knew would have cussed her out for that. The Vi in this season didn't. I think it should have been reversed, where maybe, like, Vi and Caitlyn buddy copped, right? And it was a bit more, because obviously I understand why Vi hated the Enforcers and was distrustful of Caitlyn. I understand that, but I'm just saying, in terms of the character arc and the trajectory of the story, it probably would have been more endearing to me to have them be buddy cops from the start, have Vi kind of be sarcastic and, like, a little, not brainless isn't the right word, but, like, a little shallow and, like, yeah, I hate the Enforcers, but, like, whatever, I can handle you. Like, she thinks that she can manipulate Caitlyn and have that sort of arc. Have them be more buddy cop, and then obviously have them grow to genuinely like each other. And then have this season where Caitlyn's like, well, hold the fuck on. What are you doing? What are you saying, that the Zaunites are animals? Excuse me, right? Because it feels like the reverse, where now they are doing the buddy cop, but it feels so inappropriate because of everything that Caitlyn is saying. The Vi I knew would not have stood for that, even though I didn't like her that much. So that's the first thing, is that, like, I'm kind of checked out of the Vi and Caitlyn side of this whole situation. I love Caitlyn. I am, like, the person who loves inappropriate characters, like, in terms of, like, characters no one gives a shit about. I love Mbessa, I love Mel, I love Ekko. I know that they do, but, like, the thing is that this story is not about Mbessa. Mbessa did not even come here until the, like, near the end of season 1, right? Like, the show is supposed to be about Vi and Jinx, and I'm pretty much attached to everything except for, like, the Vi and Jinx part. I like that Jinx is becoming more heroic, right? And all of that sort of thing. I do like that. I'm afraid that they're gonna make it so she's like, oh, I'm a jinx, and because Isha died, I am gonna push Vi away. Like, I would prefer if now that Vi is by her side, she doesn't spiral like that anymore. However, I am concerned about that they're gonna like backtrack on her character and make it like this really tragic, like, you know, Isha died in front of her and so she still thinks she's a jinx and nothing Vi can say can change her mind. I'm a little concerned about how they're gonna end some plot lines, especially with Mel and Mbessa. We still don't know where Ekko is. We still don't know where Heimerdinger is. And I guess just to talk about theories, we did have a theory that some sort of Cthulhu horror is going to come out of like the void or like the abnormality, whatever you're calling it. And it's gonna be like, Zaun and Piltover must band together to fight the thing. And then after everyone's tired so Zaun gets its independence, I'm gonna be like, I'll let you talk too in a minute, but like, I will be mad if Zaun is not like free by the end of the show.
I think
I'll be a little angry.
If there's
like,
ever
you know
going
I mean?
to be like a happy ending, I think the bare minimum is that.
Well,
like,
I just
the
think
way
it's a
I've
bare
heard...
minimum for the themes of the show, because you have all these shows that do this stupid shit where it's like, oh, we realized as revolutionaries we were just as bad as the people in power. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to be really kind of heated if they go, like, if Zaun does not get its own, whatever, autonomy, I don't know what you call it, right? Like, I'm going to be a little
if it
mad.
doesn't become a separate
I want to see
city-state.
Ekko again. I ship Ekko and Jinx.
People do.
I'm sad. I will be sad
online.
if we don't like see them interact again, because Ekko is like whatever. I don't know. He's just MIA. I don't really care about like Heimerdinger in any particular way. I do think with Victor and Singe we're gonna get like the Victor that we see in the game, but I just don't know like what is the resolution to that, because I feel like, and you'll talk about this too because you told me this in Discord, like what this season is really lacking is kind of that focused villain. And so unless Cthulhu pops out of the void, like what are we gonna have? Just another like Victor Jayce breakup where Victor's like, I'm a monster. I didn't ask for this. And then Jayce is like, no, let me help you. It's better this way. Like, is it, I don't mind it all being interpersonal drama, but there's only so much interpersonal drama that I can take. You know what I mean? And so I think that if Cthulhu is not coming out of the void, I don't know what we're gonna do here. Sorry, I needed to get that all out of my system because I've been trying to remain really positive and, you know, I didn't want to, like, alienate anyone with the reactions, I guess, and, like, act like I'm this big hater of Arcane when I'm not. I like the show. I like doing it with you. However...
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I do
out.
think that there are some, like, flaws in the second season so far that aren't as prominent a problem in the first season. Because, like, in the first season, like, the two villains are Silco, who was kind of the main villain, and secondarily, the kind of paternalism of Piltover. The fact that Piltover is kind of a sort of authoritarian, deeply shitty regime.
Yeah.
And so those
and
are
all
kind
the politics with Mel and Jayce in the theater and Heimerdinger.
So that's kind of like
stuff.
a vague kind of villain, more like a theme. That is a villain, and then the
or like
actual
person versus
villain.
Environment, like
right, that
thing,
sort of
right?
thing. Whereas in the end of the first season, I got the same impression that I think you got, which is that it's going to be Jinx is like the new villain, and Caitlyn is going to be a new villain.
Yeah.
And then that never landed.
No.
So the issue that like Arcane Season 2 has is that we don't really have a very good villain.
Yeah.
Like Jinx is just not that interested in being a revolutionary.
Yeah.
Caitlyn is, despite the fact that they definitely like built her up to be big scary, she never totally leans into that in the show. Which I mean is a writing issue that I have.
Sense,
but also I also feel like it's the fact that like economically, like shows, especially streaming shows, just don't have a lot of seasons anymore.
Yeah.
Like there was no there's no third season of Arcane where you have like a whole season of like a Zuko
alone.
Yeah,
like a Zuko.
No, like a Zuko-esque, like because in like the third season or second season of Avatar is like Zuko kind of having his sort of character arc of like, no, I'm not a bad person, I can be a good person, and they had a lot of time to do that. With Caitlyn, they don't really have the space to do that, so she kind of like oscillates in a because people assumed she was like good guy fascist, but really
Yeah.
she's like more oscillating like that instead of like that.
Yeah, and I think that...
And if they had the time, they could have done that. They just economically, it didn't work for them.
And that's a good point to what you're saying.
Mhm.
However, I feel like that they should not gaslight us then, because like I saw like, oh, they always said from the beginning that Arcane was only supposed to have 2 seasons. So if that's true and you knew that the entire time and you're not lying, there's no excuse for this situation to happen.
Day,
you know what I mean?
No,
of course not.
not.
Right. But I'm just saying from my perspective, I'm like, but if you had the heads up and that you knew that, this should still not be like, you should have had the sense to probably cut some, leave some stuff on the cutting room floor. So I don't know how convinced I am by that. I kind of feel like Riot got their grubby little hands in here. What I will say about Caitlyn though is I feel like that her progression is natural to her character, but sometimes natural is not always interesting. And I got this like Disney villain Bible from the Disney animators recently for my second channel, the musical theater channel, and they have a lot of good quotes about light and darkness and warmth and darkness in Disney movie, and the idea that the reason why we are so attracted to villains is because they have these emotional extremes that we in a polite society are not allowed to do.
Yes.
And just this idea of if the villain is too weak, right? Like the hero will seem overpowered and that's not interesting because part of the interest is the struggle. On the other side though, if the hero is like pathetic and too timid to talk and too timid to act, like we do not we don't get why it's so sinister for the villain to want to kill them and like take out these meddling little fools, which I thought was a funny quote in that Bible. And there were so many other interesting things that explained why a villain is necessary. So I will say that it makes perfect sense for Caitlyn to be the way she is to me, and I like Caitlyn's character. The problem is that in a story, extremes are interesting. Like I always remember at theater school, we don't go to the theater to see ordinary people. We go to the theater to see ordinary people put in extreme, like extraordinary circumstances, and the extraordinary circumstances is what turns them from ordinary to extraordinary people. So on the topic of Jinx, my problem is they could have made her a villain. They just could have made her villain on Team Zaun, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And they could have made her like more of that revolutionary. I really wanted her to join with Ekko, and I just don't know if that's gonna happen, and I'm kind of mad because like you could have a sort of Wicked, like, you know what I mean? Wicked the musical, where it's like, well, everybody thinks that Elphaba is evil and have that, like, sort of thing going on with Jinx. The problem is that she's so passive and she doesn't want to do anything that the call of adventure takes too long. I'm okay with her being like, nah, I just want to let everything burn in, like, 1 episode, but it takes her, like, 3 episodes to decide that she maybe wants to do things with Savika, right?
And I guess I'm not that. I feel like, because, like, my issue, I bring up the kind of Jinx Caitlyn issue is because if they were the kind of villains, then we'd have a relatively simplified villain thing here. That feels less chaotic and the stakes are more present and obvious. Whereas right now, the stakes don't feel that obvious. Because, like, the biggest villain arguably right now is Mbessa.
And Singed and Warwick, I guess.
But, like, Warwick's dead. Singed is not that scary without a monster.
No, of course not.
Mbessa is, like, scary, but now that we know her vulnerabilities, the fact that, yes, she's powerful, but she's also, like, her big scary house isn't as big as scary as we thought it was. Feels like less of a threat. Like, maybe Jayce is going to be the villain, but we don't really know what his
and that's the other thing. Like, when characters are possessed, it's not as interesting because they're not making the choice. You never want a character that is railroaded
if he is possessed, right? We don't know.
I still think it's a man possessed. I guess I'll finish this off by saying I thought Mbessa had, like, Amaya had said to Mbessa, we know what you're looking for, we're not gonna let you get it. I thought that there was gonna be some magical MacGuffin underneath Zaun that connects to Janna, who we see religious imagery of, and that, like, she was here searching for the MacGuffin would unleash some sort of true evil and everyone would have to fight against it. However, I'm kind of not getting that impression, and that the thing Mbessa is looking for is a bit more, like, vague, like just power or Hextech, and it's not concrete.
I think she's trying to
sometimes it's better to, like, go down there and look for something, because then she could have used the excuse of, like, raiding Zaun and displacing all these people and whatever as an excuse to find MacGuffin, right? And there is no, I don't know, maybe there will be in the last 3 episodes.
The big villain, I guess the thing that Mbessa is afraid of is the Rose Witch
people,
lady.
and definitely a backdooring, like,
which,
plot
yeah,
line
because
to
they
this season.
kind of showed up just this season. Also, they seem mostly just interested in Mbessa and Mel and nobody else.
No, they're definitely setting up the next plot line. That has, like, no relevance here. I refuse to believe that somehow, anyway.
As for, like, so that's, like, my one issue in that, like, I don't know how they're going to, like, maybe they will, because here's the thing, so far, even though they haven't had really, like, distinct villains, I've still really enjoyed the show. I think the writing's still strong.
Yeah.
I think the animation and visuals are still gorgeous. I think the performances are still very good.
I guess just we say all this because our thing has been, there are some writing issues, but they could pull it off. But now is when we're going to see if they can pull it off or not. And I think that if they don't, in hindsight, Hunter and I are going to complain a lot more than we have, because all of our... I feel like that at least half of our generosity is, like, they'll pull through at the end.
Here's the thing, even if they, I mean, if the ending's, like, bad, then I'm like, okay, well, this is bad. If they don't, like, reveal, if they don't land, if they don't fix the villain problem, I don't think that's going to catastrophically affect my... I do also think that, like, I guess in retrospect, I'm not that upset about the whole Caitlyn, Vi, Jinx thing, because ultimately, like, Jinx is, her issue is her, like, vulnerability and her, like, fear of being abandoned.
Right.
So when she shoots, unless someone came along to manipulate her again after she killed Silco.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It sort of makes sense that she wouldn't be all that crazy. Like, I think it would be better if she was the villain, but in her character, it makes sense that she isn't a revolutionary.
I guess.
I also, with Vi, it kind of makes sense that she was, like, very direct with what she wanted, because she wanted to get revenge on Silco, but then Silco's dead, and then suddenly, oh, the one thing you thought you wanted this entire time goes away. What do you really have?
I guess my problem is just, like, it makes sense does not mean that it's good for the stakes.
I guess so, but, like, it makes it, like, it's not good for the stakes, but as for their characters, it kind of makes sense that, like, Vi and Jinx would be a little bit lost and wouldn't be super directional and wouldn't make really good villains.
It just sucks for the purpose of who the show follows, I guess, as
plotting,
its protagonist. And, like, the fact that the story is about them. I think that I don't know. I feel like that I don't mind Jinx being a little hesitant, but I would have liked to see Savika be like, okay, bitch. Or, like, even Ekko just be like, hey, we need you. He could have been the one to bring her into the fold, and he's not here.
Vi tries to find, meaning with Caitlyn. It goes poorly.
Yeah.
Maybe because, like, I kind of forgot Caitlyn's Vi's characterization about being a lot more bloodthirsty in the first season as compared to the second one. Maybe the death of Silco changed her in that regard, so I'm willing to let that slide. But, like, so, like, all, like, them coming together, like, when you look at how it's plotted out, it kind of makes sense, because Vi goes after Caitlyn as, like, oh, you are, like, now my purpose. You are new Vander.
I guess I wish, not to say that I want too much, like...
Aisha, and then later Vander when she sees Warwick, like, and that's what brings them back together. So that plotting makes sense. It's just not the big bad Zaun versus Piltover thing that I was hoping would happen. And also a little slow.
I guess just for my thing, it's that,
but
these
I like
things
the
make sense to me. And I think that, like, those are interesting themes to tackle with. And it's not that I want them to do, like, tell, don't show, but, like, we never have really Caitlyn, like, Vi being like, I know what revenge feels like this will not fix you, right? Like, we never get into, like, sort of the more intense feelings. It's always a little sort of vague and, like, surface level, you know, and whatever. Like, I don't know. There are just some lines I could pick out, but I think that we should probably actually get into the episode. The only thing I want to talk about is that Hunter and I have had some sort of time travel theory this entire time, that there are, like, parallel universes, and that is how League of Legends is going to explain why the lore in the game is different, and how KDA exists, and, like, all this stuff. And Hunter really hates that, but I think it's going to happen. We had a theory that Victor was the one who went back in time and gave Jayce the stone. You guys keep telling me that, like, it's Rise from the game because there's tattoos on the fingers. I don't care. I want to believe. Stop raining on my parade. But I guess what I'm saying is that whether or not the Mage Stone thing is true or not, I do believe that there is going to be timey-wimey whatever, because Ekko's thing in the game is that he has brief time travel powers, but the fact that, like, we think that Jayce saw a future where Victor succeeded and everyone was, like, zombies and brainwashed, and it was, like, this weird Borg from Star Trek Utopia thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think that at any rate, even if we were wrong about the Mage Stone, I think we're right about the time travel. What I'm afraid of is they're gonna go so far back that it, like, undoes the stakes of the show.
If that happens, I'm gonna be really pissed off. I also, with the impression I get from people, like, I've maybe caught one kind of spoiler, I'm not sure, but other than that, the impression I get is, like, grim. So I think a lot more people are gonna die.
I got bad.
Oh, so.
Anyway, well, I think that we should just get into the episode now, but I
Yes.
needed to get that all off of my chest because I feel like it's been bottled up inside, other than the live streams. If you guys have watched the live streams, you'll know that that's where I really talk shit. But anyway, let's get into the episode now. 3, 2, 1. Press and play. Also, pretend like it's the first time is not giving me a lot of confidence in terms of being, like, unafraid that they are time traveling. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh,
true.
let's do it again.
Maybe it's like he gets stuck in a kind of,
Also, at least Hunter, we have each other. So, you know.
Oh, this is interesting. What?
Okay.
Who is that?
Well, that looks like Ekko, I think.
Mel's
No, because that's the
brother?
window.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think I saw white hair in the reflection. Yeah, that's Ekko, I think.
What?
Okay.
Oh, I think you're right. I think he's in a different universe.
Yeah, because isn't this where, like, his father, like, had the underneath and it was, like, that part shop or something?
Yeah, maybe?
Oh, no. At least we're getting more Ekko, because Ekko's my favorite character, so even if this messes stuff up, I don't know, I just love him. He's cool. Oh.
They're...
Okay.
Oh, they're, like, working together.
So this is alternate universe Jayce. Yeah, she doesn't have her tattoos. She doesn't have, like,
so this is like different. A world where, like, Vander doesn't die?
I don't know. Yeah, he's alive. Oh my god, Hunter.
Yeah, this is alternative universe.
Oh, man. Oh. That's hilarious. Oh.
This is so...
Yeah, because he's dead. He's been dead for years, right?
I guess, yeah. It's like a universe where nothing went bad. Vander didn't die.
Okay,
Jinx
listen.
grew up relative more powder, I guess.
Of the show, but it's good for me because I ship them and I don't care. So I'm sorry. This may be bad for everyone else. But for me, I love this shit. I love to see the alternative universe. I love this trope. I love to see, like, oh, the character and, like, the decision of whether or not to stay. And I'm assuming he's not going to stay. He's going to go to his own timeline. And, like, you know, even though he could be happy here, like, that's the one that, like, always breaks me is when the character could be happy here, but then they decide, no, like, I need to do the right thing and go to my timeline despite all the mistakes. And so I will literally lose my goddamn mind, depending on what happens here. I mean, he's obviously gonna go back, I think, so I think it's just the journey of what the fuck is happening, right?
Perhaps.
I love Ekko! I love Ekko so much!
Do you think we'll see Heimerdinger talk about that war thing that he mentioned in the first season?
Maybe, yeah. Like that he's seen mages use magic for, like, eval. Yeah. Great eval.
So this is gonna sound crazy, however, I'm from a different universe.
You can't contaminate the timeline. It's the Prime Directive. Oh my god, I love his cunty little outfit.
Okay.
I mean, he's cute. He has a little tie.
Yep, Vander's alive.
Oh my god.
Just like a universe where shit gets...
Why does Jinx have the streak in her hair, though? Like, I don't think she usually has that, does she?
What if something, like, bad happened to... Oh,
if what happened was this is the one... No, but Silco would still be weird. I was thinking that this is where Vi sacrificed herself and took the fall for the crime.
Maybe?
But, like, then Silco would still be around hunting Vander, so that doesn't make sense. Oh, well. Oh!
Milo. Oh!
Oh my god, he has a... Ew, that's a
terrible
mustache. That's awful.
Wait, he says Zaun's royalty.
Well, I think he's just
So it's
being, like... I thought he was just
maybe
being
like
dramatic.
maybe like Zaun, like maybe this is like if the revolution succeeded.
Yeah, maybe. Or if the revolution happened before Ekko was born, like if the parents did.
Yeah, like if they succeeded at it.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh.
Oh, it's the lady that's the Jinxer.
Oh,
but her hair's
maybe.
normal now. Yeah, it is because of the her hair.
Where's Vi? Did something bad happen to Vi?
That's kind of what I'm getting now with the streak.
Maybe like instead of the parents dying, Vi died?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
But Vander's still taking care of them, so the parents must be dead too. Oh! Oh, so she's like a band, like she's in a band or something. This is crazy. Like, I love to see, like, the universe where things worked out and everything's happy and, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, my guess is just that, like, the revolution succeeded.
Yeah, like, the one in Vander and Silco's time.
Look at, like, mentally healthy Jinx over here.
Yeah, I know. Powder. Like, they look so much younger, like, both of them. When somebody's going through some shit. Oh. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah,
what I'm trying to say, Powder, is you need to drink on the job.
Oh.
No. Baby.
But hey, she's helping Ekko with this thing. It's not just life at the bar. Oh my god. Professor! Oh, Heimerdinger! Uh-oh, see, he's drawing the abnormality. He sees the circles and everything. Oh
man.
God. I didn't need to see that. But this is cool. Like, this is cool that, like, Heimerdinger is, like, down here now and, like...
Does Heimerdinger remember, I guess?
I don't know. What?
Awkward
Oh, wait, so he's just taking it like a champ? He's just acting normal? Oh, so he knew. Bestie, I love how you knew and you were just acting normal. Oh my god. Yeah, because he's old as shit.
Yeah, so
oh my god.
20 minutes, give or take. I love that.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
Oh, so that's why he... Maybe he helped.
Did he alter? Did he pollute the timeline? Because he knew what was going to happen.
I'm sorry, you became a country musician?
That's something he says in the game, not that. See? Heimerdinger prevent... Oh, no! Did he prevent it from happening?
Wow.
Oh, so it was you! You did it! That's wild. What the fuck?
You have people here. Wonder what
See, Heimerdinger's like, I kind of want to live in this nice place. That's hilarious.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be a grave.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jayce is,
in the bad timeline.
Well, I think in the real timeline, we should say. No, his beard is gone. So this must be when he woke up in his, terrible future. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, I kind of.
Everybody's vomiting. Come on, guys.
Okay, but I kind of love this.
I kind of love this too. I predict that people may think that this episode, all being this, was a waste of time, but I don't care.
I don't feel that way, but it kind of adds to the whole splintering of the. Unless we learn something really significant here.
What's hilarious is that I feel like Heimerdinger intentionally made sure that magic, like, never reached here, which is fucking hilarious. Like, that's so funny to me that he was like, yeah, I've seen the evil magic did, so now I want to live in the timeline where there's no
Well, then
magic.
presumably there's that universe's version of Jayce. Is he still just selling, like, hammers and stuff?
I guess so, probably. He might have never been born because his mom could have died in the snowstorm if there was no people that knew magic.
Well, just that, like, Hextech never
But do you know what I mean? Like, we don't know if Rise...
Oh, is this Rise?
No. Is it? Okay. Hey,
Grab
take your hammer, bestie. I guess because it was like doing that thing. He just left it.
What if he sees another version of himself?
See, that was our other theory. That's who gave the.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! No, Pompeii. That's not good.
I don't love how that looks.
Abnormality,
right.
Pompeii.
So, like, Piltover and Zaun got a little Sodom and Gomorrah, it would seem.
That's wild. Oh no.
Oh, it's gonna be like Piltover. Destroyed.
Yeah, it's all gone. Yeah, see? It's spread and it's spread and it's spread. That looks like a Tower of Babel thing, too, into the sky. Oh, okay, so they still have their little secret...
paintings. That's nice. They invented Hextech.
Yeah, did they? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, no! Oh, dear.
Oh.
Oh, no. This must be crazy for her, though. She's...
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no! She died because Jayce exploded and Caitlyn exploded and Vi exploded!
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's so fucked up, though!
And without that happening, Silco never came into power.
Yeah.
And the lanes never got that bad. And I guess it improved over time because of Heimerdinger as well.
Yeah, because Heimerdinger made sure it never happened, and then Jayce was studying, and then an extra never happened. You know what I mean? That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
This is wild.
But, like, this is crazy that it doesn't seem like they're even two separate places. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this would usually be the threshold, but, like, there's no, like, border, there's no enforcers. That must mean Caitlyn and Jayce also exploded, though. Oh, man. Oh.
A different universe?
See, this is where he thought he killed Jinx last season. Yeah!
This is, like, weird. It's like fan-fiction alternative universe, but it's literal alternative universe.
I would love, like, a whole thing about this. You know what I mean?
I mean...
Like a book, I mean. Like, you know.
A frightening perception of,
Oh, okay. Thank you, folky country music.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
How does I guess Jayce is able to find the Hextech and... Or something happens.
See, so that's where the explosion happened, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Jayce's office?
Yeah. Oh, he's going there now.
Fucked up. Oh my
Oh,
god.
so he just like walked into Piltover.
Echo, just be happy with your girlfriend in the new universe, okay? We don't gotta do all
I don't
this.
think it's I mean, they seem to be friendly with each other. I
Well,
don't know if they're
she
dating.
was touching him.
Yeah, but like,
Echo is too hot not to date. I'm sorry. He's so cute. Oh.
like, were people being serious when they said Jinx's girlfriend is the Star Knight lady?
I don't know how serious. Maybe like a little bit. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
so this is what happened then.
Oh.
So it was that, and then they must have killed Jayce too.
So I guess they just blamed it on, and then...
Well, the explosion, right? Like... Oh my god. Wait, so it's been here this whole time?
He found like a fracture. Oh, unless something bad happened.
Well, I think it's just they're all in little pieces, right? Oh my god. In your little makeup compact. Good job, Echo.
He's trying to like get a whole hex.
I guess.
Cube together, hexstone.
Oh my god, and under the beautiful tree!
Oh man.
This is so crazy.
Them running
they're
away.
running away, so clearly something happened. Like there was an eruption of abnormality, kind of like a volcano, I guess. Look at how beautiful this place is. Wasn't this where Victor was playing as a kid?
Perhaps Celeste. Oh.
Look, and Heimerdinger's
lovely.
entertaining people.
I love...
Is Heimerdinger singing? That does not...
He's like a little fluffy Bob Dylan. It's great.
Hey, wait a second.
No,
is that
that's
the
not
kid?
him.
No, not the adult. Their child. The child of the
maybe.
Batman.
Okay. Batman?
Not the Bat.
Hi,
man.
Robin.
No. Oh, see, so he's going back to the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh.
Ew.
Who's that? Is that Robot Man? Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's kind of like what
he saw.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in the live stream.
Oh, they're like zombies.
Not good, bestie.
Ooh, I like that shot. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Ah, Jesus.
Don't you hate when that happens with your giant murder hammer?
My God.
Oh,
I feel so
God.
bad for Jayce. What the fuck?
Do you ever see people... and then
Meanwhile-
somebody's enjoying a crepe?
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just stay here.
I don't think
If you
that
guys
word
are
means what you
wondering,
think
I
it
did
means.
pick the bad ending in Persona 5 Royal. I am that type of person. I don't care if reality is fake. I just want to have a good time.
I'm a man of science. I don't love that mumbo-jumbo bullshit.
Oh.
I want to say all of, like...
Heimerdinger quotes.
Yeah, Heimerdingerisms. Oh, blast nozzle. What was the other one that was good?
Ball sockets.
Ball sockets. Yeah.
Instead of bollocks, presumably.
God, the contrast between, like...
Oh, and so that's how he hurt his leg, and that's why he grew his beard out. He was struggling. But
So
then
he
what
fixed
saved
himself.
him? Like, who?
Maybe he just, like, he scienced this like a motherfucker, and
Or
he got
maybe
his
it's
way
the
out.
mage. The mage is like, hey, I saved your ass once. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Rise. Hello.
Oh, no, he's just gonna...
He's just gonna
Yeah, he's just cast away this.
Maybe he didn't help them get out. That maybe Echo
It'll
did
be
it.
like those
maybe
YouTube-
Echo solved the
It'll
problem.
be those, like, YouTube videos of, like, making a pool with ancient technology. Escaping a dimension.
That's Victor, I think. I think that's Victor.
Maybe. Or Rise, the guy
No,
from...
I think that's Victor now, because the staff had the abnormality on it.
He's got corruption goop.
Ah, gross.
Oh, man. It's like, it's so corrupted that anything that lives there for long enough
Yeah.
just gets
That's
dissolved.
not good. How did he find food? I guess there's water.
What is he eating?
I don't know. Maybe some goo that's down there, like bugs.
This is so disturbing. Oh, man.
Dear. Yeah, he would go insane. He's in isolation. Oh my god, that's great. They're all compelled. That's nuts. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the vibe that maybe Jayce didn't, unless, because Jayce has the mage stone on his wrist, like from that mage. So unless it's that, I think that Ekko just did it, and then Ekko let him out, but he was like, without Ekko, he would have been stuck here.
But then, like, why isn't Ekko there yet?
Well, because time. Maybe Ekko popped in where his, I don't know,
maybe.
Like in a different place. Oh, he took his hammer apart to fix his leg. That's nuts. I like this, though, because he's, like, becoming more blacksmithy than
Yeah, he's, like, his roots.
Yeah.
Away from the Hextech stuff.
Go, Jayce, go! I believe in you! Climb out of the hole, bestie!
Oh, no.
Yeah! Good job!
Back to where the scary monsters were.
Damn, there's just a fucking huge crack going down into the fissures or whatever. Oh! What's going on? Oh! Oh! Yeah, because she never got to see her grow up, right? Oh. Oh!
Oh. You're better now, believe me.
Oh. Oh no.
Is that something?
I have a couple ideas, but that's just me.
Down, girl, down.
Please, that looked so romantic.
Yeah, I don't blame people for shipping that.
No, I want them. I want to see it with my eyes. Please.
Honey, we barely seen Caitlyn and Vi together.
I don't care. Oh. Yeah, so this is, bad. As the kids would say. It's just crazy how you can see what people are doing, like... Oh, no! Why couldn't you guys just be normal? Why?
They're clearly never gonna be normal.
I know.
Aww.
Oh, he's crying because he knows that they're not gonna be together.
But I feel like we also don't know what happened with Silco here.
I don't know. Maybe he just didn't do anything. I don't know.
Because that's like the one like missing link here.
That's true. I guess because I guess Silco just didn't. I don't know because Like, the whole
'Cause-
thing was that Silco used the fact that the police wanted someone responsible for blowing up the building to go after Vander. But if he doesn't have that excuse anymore because the enforcers saw what happened and, like, blamed it on Jayce, then, like, I don't know. That's a good question. You're not wrong. So should we be worried that Silco's gonna come at the 11th hour and kill people? Is that what you're worried about?
I'm a little worried.
Look at them! They're so cute!
Her eyes went to, oh.
See, they have to do it safely so they don't blow up like that other guy, right? Like the guy Mbessa sent to his death. Oh, they're doing the wild runes. I get it. Like, or the rune thing that they talked about with Jayce. Good thing Heimerdinger's here. So we don't all fucking die.
Oh, whenever I see that pattern, I get nervous now.
Okay. Yeah, because it hadn't been invented yet. It got so big and bad because it was in the, you know what I mean? Oh.
Oh, he just invented the time machine.
Ah! No! Oh my god.
This poor man. God, Zooks. This kind of explains how Ekko made that doohickey then.
Yeah, in the game.
Yeah.
Yay! Love the infinity
Mobius
symbol.
strip. You gotta love it. Oh, wow.
This is cool, though. I love how this is shot. Ah! What the fuck?
Your head exploded. You don't. Oh, man. Heimerdinger's head exploded. If you wanted to hurt somebody.
Hey, we may get the Atlas Ball! People had that theory about Arcane, too, that there was going to be some party in Piltover that Vi and Caitlyn would go to, and I'm like, close enough. Welcome back, Atlas Ball from Ruby. He's going to destroy it.
Maybe. Like, perhaps you could use that to get back to the original.
You would think, but I think Heimerdinger's like, fuck you, I don't want to go back, you know what I mean?
Oh, and here we are.
This
is
nuts!
Timeline.
Like,
yeah.
Oh god, do you guys know that new game that's like, it's like Getting Over It, but it's a parkour game and you jump to the top of the
You
thing.
gotta climb up through hell, and you're like chained with people.
Oh, that's a different one.
Oh, there's
I think.
like two
but yeah,
with the same
there's
general
two of the
principle.
same that idea. That's what this reminds me of.
They should have like a Arcane DLC thing.
That's hilarious, Hunter.
I'd be so down for that.
I feel like that, like, Victor is like Elsa at the top of the thing, like encapsulated in a storm or something like that. Okay.
Oh. Everyone's having
I like
fun.
his little outfit. He's so cute. Oh. Ah.
What a sentimentalist.
No, but he never got to tell him, right?
Yeah. My son.
Oh. Oh! Silco's okay!
Who ships them two together?
Who?
Silco and Vander?
They're brothers!
They're brothers?
You forgot?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, they're related!
Oh, never mind then. Take that back. Didn't know that.
Hunter forgot. What happens in the time sting stays in the time sting.
So I guess maybe after Vi died, they got together and they worked and...
Or maybe they didn't even, like, that altercation didn't even happen at the start because
close.
Piltover and Zaun changed, like, forever, you know what I mean?
So French
like,
exists.
Piltover never got, like, above
oh my gosh,
Zaun
her
that
hair's
way.
down. Oh my god, look at her!
Aw, she's so pretty!
What a strange alternative universe.
Oh! Look, they're so cute together! Ugh, I'm being so fed. I cannot wait to go read like a million Ekko and Jinx fanfics that took place during the time abnormality! Oh my god, they're so cute!
Like AUs in the fanfiction sense, alternative universes
You know what I
already
mean.
exist.
You know what I mean, though. Like, in
What a
this
contrast
timeline,
between like them going to prom versus Jayce like fighting for his life.
I know! Kiss, 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 kiss!
Imagine if they're about to kiss and then he like rockets into the...
I don't know. I think Heimerdinger's gonna destroy that thing because he doesn't want to go back, but then destroying it is gonna send them back. You know what I'm saying? Ah! Oh! 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 Oh!
Oh. You have a time machine, babe. You hypothetically could.
No! No! Oh! Ah!
They're gonna kiss.
Wait, no! No, it's not fine!
Sorry, champ. What?
I think he's saying, like,
That they
give
kissed?
me a do-over, please.
Yeah, they're gonna kiss. Come on now. Don't be silly.
Yes! Let's go! Ah, I wish I had one of the party poppers. This would have been worth it.
Oh,
I mean,
good
Ruby's
Lord.
not coming back anytime soon. We could have used it for this. Oh, look at them. They're so, like, this is so
Oh.
romantic. And they
And
have
something
such good
completely different.
chemistry. Oh, man. I'm so happy. I don't care if the other two episodes suck. I got what I want. Okay, yeah, so he is, Victor, presumably is Elsa, up in the, clouds. Oh, no, that's Jayce.
Oh,
That's not good. Because that's Jayce's
Yeah.
hammer.
he did that somehow. Oh, so the hammer he brings back is that hammer, I suppose.
Yeah, because the other one, he used it to fix his leg, right?
I was curious
Fuck,
about
so
that.
he tried to stop it and he lost! Oh?
What is this?
I thought she was gonna start smoking.
Cigarette? That's funny.
Oh,
What is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is it a thing that I no longer can recall from the first season?
I think it's just a flower.
Oh,
Maybe it's a violet? Like for
Maybe.
Vi?
Poor Jinx. Man, am I right, Jinx?
Yeah, I know. I don't want to go back!
That's odd. I never got the impression outside of this scene that Ekko and Jinx liked each other all that much.
I mean, but they were childhood friends, right? So it's like
Yeah, I guess it's
childhood
like-
friends to enemies to lovers.
So,
you
but like
know?
hypothetically, in a universe where like it didn't go where it was,
Right.
But like the
But I
actual
think we
Arcane,
also saw
like,
the care, though, because
yeah.
Ekko was reluctant to kill her on the
Yes.
bridge, and they have that moment.
But like Universe 1, like they wouldn't be together. But Universe 2, where shit
well,
went
maybe
better.
now, because he's like,
Yeah.
I gave up on you, I'm sorry. Like, maybe they could join
Yeah,
together.
but that Jinx is different.
But it could,
I
she
know,
could
it
be,
could.
like,
Oh.
they could get better. Wait, so that is the mage.
Unless that's himself, or no, that's himself.
No, he's dead.
Unless in this universe, Jayce, it's actually Victor's the one with the
See,
hammer.
that's what I thought. I thought that this is Victor, but I guess it's still Rise. I don't know.
Unless it isn't, we might find out. He might teleport away.
I don't want you guys to go back! No! I hate you guys! She's gonna see the remnants of it, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Here's hoping it gets, like, destroyed after, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess it probably would, right? I hate it here! No, something's gonna happen! This can't just be, oh, they made a time machine to go back. It can't be that easy.
Send me back.
Damn, so they had to build a time machine. Meanwhile, Jayce gets Rise Ex Machina. Oh, no, it's not
Wait.
Rise. There's no fingers on there. I think that's Victor, then.
But then what's that face of the person who's moving there? He's still
I
alive.
thought that was
His eyes
Jayce's
move.
face. Like, Jayce is
Yeah.
looking at his own face, right?
What
the
if
corpse.
that person is Jayce and he assumes that's Victor?
But, I don't know.
Because, like, we
that
don't know.
Jayce seems dead, unless this is a third Jayce you're
Yeah.
talking about, then.
Unless that person in the ground isn't Jayce, because who's to say that
Right,
Victor
right. Somebody
doesn't
else could have had
have
the
a
hammer.
preference for a hammer?
Right,
We don't
right.
know.
I guess. That's crazy, though, because that person didn't have the tattoo on their finger, so maybe I'm still right about my theory.
Oh,
Wait!
Heimerdinger's.
Heimerdinger's gonna stay? No, but I think he'll be killed if he stays, because that thing he exploded
Like,
before.
Heimerdinger's gonna pretend like he killed Ekko.
I mean, well, he's gonna take responsibility, I think, for whatever happens.
Jinx, Powder, no.
See, so Heimerdinger's gonna stay here. He doesn't even.
What if he only sends, like, his consciousness back?
I don't. Well, yeah, I think so. Oh, okay. So he made a bond with the Mage Man. That's crazy.
Oh, I love how they do it simultaneously in each universe.
Oh, see, so Heimerdinger's gone. So that killed him then.
I guess, maybe?
Yeah, it must have, because Heimerdinger...
Do we know if he's just teleported?
I think... No, I think that killed him. Maybe. I don't know. I think... Yeah, because look, that's regular Ekko now with his powers. I hope that Ekko's not dead, though. I hope that Ekko's just unconscious.
I think Jinx gets it now.
Yeah. No!
What a fucking strange thing to witness.
But yeah.
Don't you just hate time-traveling situationships?
Oh my god, and the machine's destroyed.
Like, I thought we were close.
He's okay!
Yeah.
He's okay!
But he's back to his normal self.
Yeah. He's okay, though. That's all I was worried they killed. I think Heimerdinger did die, Hunter. I think Heimerdinger was saying that he chose to die. Because that's the thing. Heimerdinger's immortal, right? So he's already seen enough shit. You know, he didn't need to...
Oh, what is this?
Maybe she's making one for the Ekko, like that she... Like, you know...
Maybe in this universe, she's like, no, I am going to do science stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach my full
But I just
potential.
wonder if she made, like, another, like...
Oh!
Wait! She had the stones the whole time! See, that's what I was thinking, that was made out of the stones! You had the stones the whole time, and you made Ekko try to go...
For Juliet with love!
Dirt. I don't know what that ending was
supposed to communicate?
What?
That was a weirdly happy ending.
Well,
For Juliet with love, I'm guessing that's somebody who worked
probably...
on the
Okay,
show.
so Ekko's alive in this universe. He just doesn't remember.
Heimerdinger's gone.
I guess now... But
Wait, what if that Jinx knew as well? What if in the explosion she learned of the future?
I don't know.
Because, like, that kind of implies to me that she just let lying dogs rest.
I think to me it's that she realized that Ekko was telling the truth, that he was from another world, but that, like, I think that she had the spare mage stones from that day, and now she's actually gonna use them because she knows what they're capable of now.
Maybe?
I don't think she got the other Jinx's memories, because the other Jinx isn't involved in this.
Well, no, but, like, during that explosion, what if something funky happened there?
I mean, it could have.
In this universe where she saw...
I didn't exactly interpret that. Do you want to go back, maybe?
Because I think there might be something to that. Like, the way Jinx says, I like my life. Like, she sees what happens, so she's kind of afraid. So she's just comfortable with this small
I just thought that was, like, irony, almost. Like, I thought that was supposed to be ironic.
I think, like, what if
to the audience, she's like, I like my life. I don't want to be bigger than this in terms of what Vander's saying, but it has a double meaning to the audience.
Because,
I didn't know.
Because clearly whenever those things get funky, you can, like, what if in this universe... Like,
you think whenever the time abnormality happens, people see visions of the other place,
maybe she saw this different, and like her leaving that alone and not selling it is her being like, I know what happens. Her not wanting to be a woman in STEM is her being like, no, I understand, like, I kind of want things to be simple because shit is okay right now.
I don't know. I think what's more likely, Hunter, is that you see their conversation at the bar. Heimerdinger and Ekko are explaining to her what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they told her that they're from another universe, it seems like.
Unless Jinx is already aware of that and Jinx doesn't want, or that powder doesn't want this universe being messed with. Because they have their own universe that they come from. This is like a parallel universe.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe Jinx is just thinking, like, I like my parallel universe. I don't have to worry about that. That's just one interpretation. That your interpretation also makes sense.
Yeah, because where was that scene? Like, when they were at the bar, it was before this, right? I feel like this was like, hey, Powder, so funny story. We're from another dimension.
I don't get because
I thought that they told her.
I don't think she did, because, like, she's not,
I guess she does ask, what does it do? Like, she does have that question. But I think that, at least at the end here, I think that she understands. Because Ekko said, oh, I had a dream of another place where Vi is like this and you're like that. Mm-hmm. I think that at the end, she just realizes that it wasn't like a dream. Yeah, okay.
Because also she talks about knowing her sister, and that could be interpreted as her just understanding her sister from when she was younger.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
Or if you want to go on like the weird cope making it overcomplicated train
with you, which is ironic because I'm just like, no, I think it's simple this time. You're the one who's like,
yeah, we're trading. I'm becoming you all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but what? Because I just think it's kind of neat, like. This whole time, she's like, oh, I kind of knew, but I like how it is now, and I'm going to be comfortable with this world I found myself in.
Mm.
You know? I personally... I'm
looking at this
also,
again.
that version of either Jayce or whomever...
I do kind of think
like
that
Groot.
it is Jayce now. I think that the mage is a wizard from, like, a third dimension. Does that make sense? So he wasn't the one
it's like Victor or something. I don't know.
Because people were so like, oh, he has the things like Rise, the tattoos on the hand, but, like, this guy doesn't. Also, if you look at Jace's hand, his hand... and, like, whatever, it looks very similar to the sort of same, like, fingernail shape of this guy, right?
But
like,
that almost, in my head, that doesn't really look like Jace's face. That looks a little more like Victor's, like, high cheekbones and stuff.
The mage.
Oh, no, I'm talking about that guy.
No,
so
this is not, I'm talking about the mage that's in the cloak. I think that this is Jayce from another universe.
In the cloak.
But he said, why did you give me this? And so unless he just thinks it's the same person as Rise and it's not, which is overly complicated, I think Jayce from a third dimension gave himself the mage stone now and rescued him as a child.
What if, like, I guess, no, maybe this is, like, not another dimension, this is just the future, I assume.
Well,
so then, yeah, I guess it would make sense that this would be, unless this is like maybe
what
that.
Are you saying?
Maybe that because my theory is the person holding that hammer right there is Victor.
Oh, so it's not.
And that the wizard is future Jayce.
Right.
Because we hide because it's like.
But I don't.
Because right now it's kind of assumed that person is Victor, so why hide the face unless you want to make some kind of reveal? And also, why kill Victor?
Well, we don't know if that's Victor. They all have high cheekbones because they all become these weird monsters.
Because, like, in the previous episode, Jayce kills Victor.
Oh, I see.
So,
what
like,
you're
what
saying.
if this is Victor using that hammer to, like,
Right,
end the
right,
world?
right.
And that person there is just future Jayce.
I don't think that that's future Jayce, though, because to me, the implication is that, like, everyone died, and, like, Jayce, what would he have suddenly learned? Like, magic or something to make him a mage? I think that's, like,
I don't know.
a third
we don't know
Ghost
what
of
happens.
Christmas Past type Jayce, where it's, like, that's another
I would
Jayce.
rather it that not be the case than it be, like, third. Or you're just saying it's another dimensional Jayce.
Another dimensional
Well, then, like,
Jayce.
that's not that much of a difference between the two of us.
No.
Anyways.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But I like the idea that, like, literally everyone here died, and that this is just Ghost of Christmas present,
that's
future.
cool.
Because he says, right, well, what I'm confused about is that Jayce explicitly says, why did you give me this? Which implies that he is saying that that guy is Rise, unless he's talking about give me this like something else, right? But I think that he doesn't have the finger tattoo, so I'm confused by that a little bit. But I mean, I guess questions will be answered. So let's pay more attention to this. Yeah, so that's what Heimerdinger's saying. Like, Heimerdinger has been alive
I got the impression
forever.
that Heimerdinger died here.
Yeah. He
But
didn't
he
want
says
to go
back in a wink. So, like,
He's
maybe...
joking, I think.
I don't know. Perhaps not. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I think that, like, he did this on purpose because he knew someone would have to man the machine, right? And so, to me, I think that what happened was that Heimerdinger knew that he couldn't go back with him, that somebody had to be here to plug in the power, right? But I think with Heimerdinger, this is an interesting way to get rid of him, because obviously in League as a game he still exists. But I think, like, what's so interesting about this is that you know that he's lived, and he's seen all this shit, and he's been through, I mean, kind of a hardship, but then Heimerdinger also perpetuated, like, classism in his role as the council.
But he apparently learned his lesson, because, like, Piltover, or the Lanes, or Zaun, I guess, is nicer now.
And so that's why he said, I truly lived, like, I corrected my mistakes.
Well, like, not only that, he
think.
lived that 1,000-year period once already, and he lived it over again.
So I think he solved his mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And so the mage, whoever the fuck, sends Jayce back using the mage stone, right? And so that's where I'm like, is this the same mage as the one in the other episode that saved him as a child? And like,
I part of me agree it's just Rise.
But like, where did his finger tattoos go?
Rise? And like, no, I don't think that's Rise.
Oh, that's what, I
think the guy
Jayce
who sent
is confused then.
Yeah.
Jayce doesn't know that it's not Rise.
Or he just assumes it's somebody who can help him.
I am glad, I guess, that I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've contaminated the Prime Directive. I'm watching a lot of Star Trek, and that's something they said in an episode last night. Like, no, we can't do this, this, and this because of the Prime Directive about time.
Yeah.
Well, no, because Prime Directive's usually interacting with other cultures, but this was a special one that had to do with time travel, which I think was funny. But yeah, I'm glad that, because I was worried that Ekko would die in this universe if other Ekko went back, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. I love, though, how Jinx had the stones the entire time, but didn't want to use them, and I guess that ties into her lack of ambition in this world, that she knew that day that they were magical, but she didn't want to, like, fuck around and, like, take the risk, right? So she still has it. She still has all of it, right?
that interpretation also makes sense. I think it would be cute if this whole time the reason why she chose this
she kept them is because she knew?
Like, because she knew, because then it kind of, like, it adds, like, a layer to some of the things she says earlier. There's no definitive proof that that's the case.
I just see that as, like, peak irony.
That's more like a headcanon
Can I
for
ask,
me than
so
anything.
what you're saying is that when Jinx exploded the thing, she saw her memory of other universe Jinx, like how Ekko, like, when they encountered the mage thing, obviously Ekko came here. So what you're saying is that this powder saw Jinx in the other world where they had survived that explosion and saw what Hextech did and Mage Stuff did, and she was like, no, actually, I'm just gonna keep these stones because I know, I'm not gonna sell them, I'm not gonna do shit because I know, like, the consequences. But now she's looking at it because she believes when Ekko says that she could be something more than she is.
No, here's the thing. She looks like she's putting that thing away and she's putting it away. Like, she's still not gonna
I thought she was, like, taking a look at it. I thought she was taking a little looky poo.
Oh, I guess in my head she closed it. Maybe. I don't know. You might be more right there.
I don't know. But I think that I don't know. It doesn't matter right now, almost. Like, unless it comes back somehow. It almost doesn't really matter But I thought that
was
fantastic. I do feel like people are going to get on this for being a waste of time. I don't give a fuck, because Ekko is, like, my number one character. I love him so much. He's done so much for Zaun, and like his plotline got completely abandoned this season. Like in terms of him
Not
trying to be a
really.
revolutionary.
I mean, it just got sidetracked.
Well,
but,
sidetracked, but I'm just saying, like, up until this point, it was a little abandoned, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
I'm, like, really glad to have this. I do predict that people are gonna be like, this was a waste of screen time when we could have done something else. And maybe that will turn out to be true when we watch episodes 8 and 9. We'll be a little like,
I mean, but I think
but
they also
I really like
they
this.
also wanted the whole Jayce like going back and fucking shit
Yeah.
up, which I think is going to be very important for the last 2 episodes.
So I don't know how they'll pull it off, but because I'm happy, I can ignore the potential warning signs in terms of, like, as we keep going. I love their relationship. I love that they're together. Just to go off what you said, though.
Yeah.
I feel like what Ekko is saying here is, like, I gave up on the Jinx in my world, and so now, like, I think that maybe when Ekko goes back, he's gonna try not to give up on her. Like, he is gonna try to bring her into the fold, like I had suggested, like I thought was gonna happen earlier. I don't think it was more like, oh, like,
Does
it's
he
this
say that?
forbidden. He says something like, the Jinx in my world is like this, this, and this, and then he says, like, I abandon you, and I was so focused on thinking about what Zaun wasn't that I wasn't focused on what it was. Like, he has that, like, line of dialogue, and then he says, like, it was the same with, like, Jinx, that he, like, didn't, you know, believe, like, he didn't believe in her, and, like, all that stuff. And so I wonder if what's gonna happen is Ekko's gonna be like, wait a minute, Jinx is still redeemable, like I thought when I saw her on the bridge, and that this just reinforces it, because there are other potential timelines where, like, you know, and obviously now Jinx and Zavika are doing things, and then you have, like, Vi, and, like, that Jinx is a bit more subdued now, especially without Silco's, like, influence. So I don't know. I'm not saying that they're gonna be endgame in this universe. I just think that Ekko's gonna go back and be like, actually, yeah, I do see the potential that Jinx has to be a revolutionary. She's clearly the face of whatever's going on right now. In the 3 months, everyone thought I was dead, so I should probably work with her, right?
Yeah.
But I also like that Ekko also acknowledges that even though him and Jinx are enemies, that, like, the Jinx in that universe gets shit done. Like, you know what I mean? And so I think that, like, that's, you know, even though she's quote-unquote eval, right, she gets shit done, and that he, you know, he feels like that's the person that Jinx is supposed to be, even if she is evil. So I'm looking forward to see how that all shakes out. I'm kind of like, I feel lukewarm about Heimerdinger. I guess just the explanation is that, like, it's the Heimerdinger we get in League is another timeline Heimerdinger, right?
I think that, like, League of Legends is non-canon.
Yeah,
for the actual
which is
lore.
hilarious because Arcane used to be what was non-canon to League. You know what I'm saying? So now League is non-canon.
Because it's like,
and
like
Arcane
what?
is the true canon.
Do they
right?
ever explain why all these people are fighting in League?
I don't know.
So in that sense,
but
it's
they
just
still
like,
have lore though. Like, you know what I mean? They still have their own, because
yeah, they all have their individual lore, but the actual fights that occur in League of Legends are non-canon.
If I had to guess,
so I feel like the world, like the actual like gameplay of League of Legends,
that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm saying that if I had to guess, what League is supposed to be is kind of like chaotic, where the implication is that the player is summoning like the spirit of the champions and pretending to be them in battle. Do you know what I mean? And so none of the champions are actually fighting in game. It's supposed to be like
a multiverse arena thing.
Yeah, but I'm sort of thinking about it more like in Runeterra, there is a game, like Ruby Amity Arena.
Sure.
Right? Like Ruby Amity Arena, the whole lore was that, like, this was a game that somebody made in universe, right? And that people play it in universe. I think that that's kind of what League is. It's like that you, the player, the summoner, like, you are real people in the League universe and you're kind of in the holodeck, right? Like, if we're going back to Star Trek. But that's not what I'm talking about, Hunter. I'm talking about, like, Heimerdinger's lore in the game. Like, I feel like that's, like, that the League universe is an alternative universe in terms of the lore that led people to where they are. Because, for example, right, Jinx is not like this Jinx, right? Caitlyn is not like this Caitlyn. Like, there are characters, Singed is not Orianna's father in League. Vander's just some man. He didn't take care of kids. So I feel like the explanation that they're gonna go for is that Arcane is one timeline and League is another timeline.
That makes sense. Yeah,
and that's also
fair.
why you have skins like Arcane Survivor Jayce and Arcane Jinx. Like, the skins that you put on the character and the different voice lines you have, that is that character's interpretation from a different universe, right? But KDA and, like, I don't know, Beach Day Caitlyn and all that stuff, like, that's another universe.
Which is just like a more elaborate
that's a marketing thing,
is
right?
more
like,
elaborate way to justify the whole, it's not really actually
But that's
canon.
why that's what I thought they were going to do the entire time, and why we've been predicting time travel for so long, because I knew that they were going to do this, because people want to have their cake and eat it too. Nobody wants nothing to be canon. Does that make sense? People want everything to be canon. So I think that that's the easiest way to explain it. I guess all I'll say is I really enjoyed this episode. I loved seeing Silco. I loved seeing Vander. I loved seeing just society, right? I loved the explanation for how things happened. And I guess, like, even going further back, first of all, the explosion killed Vi and probably Jayce and probably Caitlyn, because they were all in the building. But, like, the other thing is that I feel like people will probably gloss over, but I feel like this is so important, is that Heimerdinger has founded Piltover, and he's been alive in this timeline for 1,000 years. And so he decided to establish Piltover differently now, so that Zaun had its, like, independence. And so I think that that's going to be something that's glossed over. Like, the timeline did not only change because Vi died in that moment, Piltover and Zaun were already different, like, from the very beginning, because of Heimerdinger's influence. Now, why were the kids doing criminal things and taking a job? I don't know why they were still criminals if Zaun was a bit better, but I guess they're just street urchins and whatever still, right? Like, even though Vander has the bar, maybe it's just like, oh, we want to be thugs and we want to get some extra money on the side. Like, you can still, it can still be compatible,
the fact that they call it Zaun kind of implies to me that, like, some of the bad stuff still happened.
Yeah, like, I mean, probably the classism will inevitably happen because every society that has, like, that sort of, what am I going to say, hierarchy in terms of people, right?
I think what it was that Heimerdinger didn't try to change it too much, because he didn't want to accidentally make a world where, like, Ekko shows up in a place where
like
Ekko
he wouldn't
didn't
be
show
born.
up. Yeah.
But I think that they Heimerdinger brought it down enough that it's like, oh, Piltover and Zaun aren't in this big conflict anymore.
Because Silco now, because like Piltover was tricky at the beginning of Arcane, but it got really bad after Silco takes over.
Yeah.
So in this universe, Silco never really became like a crime boss to that capacity. Him and Xander. And I mean,
you hear Heimerdinger talk about it. They never found Hextech, so they never made the ships. So I guess what I would say is that Piltover probably became harsher on Zaun when they needed Zaun to export more goods for the economy to other kingdoms, and exploited Zaun because they needed more labor, like with the Hextech, right? So without Hextech, there is still a class divide, but it's not as bad because now the labor is sort of, you know what I mean? It's like if, like, a country was cut off from the rest of the world. All you have to worry about is, like, the goods for your own citizens, not like, oh, well, what if we do double? What if we pay people half as much and produce double, like, to export our goods to other places, right? So I'm assuming that maybe in the economics of that also changed, right?
Generally, without a source of cheap labor, economies suffer.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe that happened with who knows?
You know,
really.
Do you guys understand what I'm saying, though? It's like, when you only have to worry about taking care of yourselves, it's, like, kind of like a medieval, like, lords, and then you have the farmers type situation where the farmers make the food and the lords, like, give them the land, right?
Isolationist?
Yeah, and so when it's isolated like that, it's very, like, internal, but as soon as you open up the idea of, oh, well, we can make money this way, we could have this, we could have that, and we're gonna use the people of Zaun to do it, that's when you start to get into more problems, because you don't only have the labor for, like, the local economy, right?
The impression that, like, the Zaunites were doing the grunt work.
Well, they were, though, because they were the miners in the mines,
true. Yeah.
And they were exporting, I think, some other technology that they talk about in another episode, but of course I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't the Chembear and stuff, and I don't think it was Shimmer, but I don't know, it might have been. There were some illegal Shimmer transfers that were happening, but definitely the mines. Oh, the factories, that's what it was, right? Because everybody was getting the smog from all the factories down there. So even though it's not, like, on screen, we know from, like, some pictures and stuff like that, it was the factory labor. Well, now I'm wondering too, like, I guess Jayce and Caitlyn got blown up in the attack.
I can only assume.
Them, right? So yeah, this was a good episode, though. I mean, I thought that it was fantastic. I guess we'll see what happens in the next one if you're good, Hunter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, but I'm so glad Ekko got his time to fucking shine. Let's go.
If he dies,
I mean,
That'll be kind of hilarious.
no, leave him alone. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you for attending Calxiyn's Royal Court, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!